Hey YouTube, MrRampro here, and I wanted to do a little review on something that I just recently added to my EDC, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the first version of it. I do not in fact carry the Byrd Cara that often. I do carry it every once in a while to work, but it's not part of my everyday carry, something I carry with me every day, rain or shine kind of thing. But I wanted to show you this because this is the first generation, the Byrd Cara, excuse me, of what I do carry. And I carry this inside of my waistband, right above my wallet. And that is the Cara 2 in stainless steel. Now I know the stainless steel automatically strikes as a, wow, that's got to be a heavy little puppy, and we'll get to the weight here in a second. But what I did want was something that was, in a sense, disposable. And I wanted to honestly kind of check it out before I went straight to the Spyderco Police. And this Byrd Cara, extremely cheap, coming in right at about 25 bucks or so. And in the stainless steel, I wanted something with a lot less friction because I tried carrying my Endura 4 with me inside the waistband, and it worked, but it didn't deploy as smooth as I wanted to. And with the pocket clip arrangement, tip up, tip down, right or left hand, you can really situate this anywhere on your person you wanted to. And inside the waistband with the stainless steel scales really seemed to work out best for me. I have a fast deployment because there is absolutely nothing dragging on any clothing or anything like that. I have a good sturdy lockup and a really nice blade shape. And if you've noticed right off, which a lot of you guys have probably already seen videos on, but you can tell the blade shape has completely changed. We no longer have this saber grind, so to speak, correct me if I'm wrong kind of thing, where you start grinding about halfway down the blade itself and then coming to a point. We have a full flat grind, and we also have a little nicer looking of an opening hole. If you guys can see that there, you see how they've shortened the eyelet part of this opening hole, and it still looks different than what Spyderco has on their regular models, but I think it looks a lot nicer compared to your old Cara. This is the FRN handle, half serrated. We'll move that off, and this is the full flat ground blade, and you've got a nice slope. You no longer have that little ridge right here, and that's what I was pointing out to earlier. Sorry if I seem a little jumpy with it, but you got that little bump out of the way. And to me, this is a lot more reminiscent, obviously, of your Endura 4. So that's pretty cool. I was really excited to hear that it came out and to see pictures of it. It looked really nice. And, in the Byrd line as far as that goes. And for something for everyday carry, you can see that it's been used. I mean, there's fingerprints all over it. And I can get a pretty decent edge on this 8CR13 MOV. That's the steel you're using, the same with all your Byrd knives. And you have little China stamped back here, but like I've heard before, if your quality control is decent, and I mean, we all know probably we've heard that quote, but who really cares where it came from? And I really started looking at it, and especially what really spiked my interest in the Spyderco Chinese line was obviously your Tenacious. I mean, that comes out, this is a different one other than, I think I did a wave mod video on my other Tenacious, but this is another one that I got in the full serrated edge. Really nice too, by the way. Loving that puppy. And this stainless really allows for easy deployment, and I feel that I can still get a pretty good lockup on it. I notice a lot of people talk about it being slick. I do have jimping here at the end of the choil here, on the top and the bottom, for good lockup. I never go up that high. I mean, unless maybe I'm doing something right there in the kitchen and my hands are really greasy, but it's nice to have it if you wanted it. You also have a separate little finger notch here, but this is primarily what I will train with and everything like that. And if I decide that I really like it, I figured I could make the move to the Spyderco Police, and move it up a little bit in quality and everything like that. The blade handle itself, you can tell, I think they did a slight little reprofile of it. They got rid of these holes here in the Cara, which I really do like. And you still have your boy dent in your lock, which some don't like. I don't mind it. I think it's pretty cool. And just adds an extra feature. Whatever you know, if you think it's effective or not, it doesn't matter. Just add something different to it. So I'm not minding that at all. The pocket clip is still the same pocket clip with a little reprofile. Actually, I take that back. That's not the same pocket clip. I was looking at my other knife here, but and it's not the same as this one either, if you call it that. But you do have your lanyard hole going through instead of this 3-pillar design. So that's more in line. Excuse me. What you have with your regular Spyderco. There's the Delica 4 again. Been EDCing this a lot, and you can see there that your pocket clip is pretty much exactly the same. You could probably swap it if you wanted to. If you wanted just to go ahead with a stainless version here, and I might do that just to see how it works. Why not, kind of thing, you know. But back to the Cara 2. That is in fact the name. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but you have a really pretty good lockup on it, and not too much of a problem as far as maintaining it in hand. We'll go ahead and turn on the scale here. Make sure we're in ounces for America. And we're at 5.61. You can see that. That's quite heavy compared to the FRN. I know this is going to be a little different than the Cara 2 in FRN, but give you a ballpark. 3.75. So you can tell you're adding about 2 ounces there, and realistically carrying it inside the waistband, I don't notice the weight. With the slickness of the handle, like I said, no problems in deployment or really feeling it. I kind of forget about it and I don't notice it. It's on the waistband. I wear a belt, so it supports that weight there. And if you have your shirt untucked, obviously you're not going to see any of it. Even with it tucked in, you only see a little bit, and with it bloused over or anything like that, I really don't care about completely hiding it. I do want, you know, to be able to grab it fairly quick. And this is strictly just as a separate thing added to my EDC, as when I can't carry my pistol, I'll carry this as a self-defense blade. So I'll probably go to the full serrated version of the stainless steel police. But I'm really just digging the stainless steel, and that was the main thing I wanted to push really hard in this video. And I know I've said it 1,000 times, so I'm really not hating it as much as I thought I would. With a lot of other people's videos and a lot of other views out there, I really was expecting to not like it very much, you know, but I like it a lot. I do think it would be cool to have a version that was blackened, kind of like this Victorinox Swiss tool. I do think that would be awesome. Kind of get you a darker, kind of get rid of some of that shine on there, but just some kind of coating on there would be really cool too, especially if I'm not using it very often. But that's just a couple of points, guys, I wanted to bring up on it. I do have the specs, by the way, and the camera angle I know is kind of odd, so actually we'll just put that next to the Delica 4 bull flat grind, and you can really see the comparable blade shape there. I mean, that is really getting close to your Spydercos, which is what you want. If you're going to go cheaper, you still want the same product, you know, you don't want anything any different. So let me bring up the specs real quick. And you do have obviously the ambidextrous hole, and I am reading this too, so I didn't write it down to make me a cool sheet. I should have, but I didn't. Blade is 3 3/4 inches and a cutting edge of 3 3/16. So you can obviously tell there that your blade, you know, your blade length starting back here and your cutting edge are completely different. Not on all models, but some, kind of like your Centofonte, goes all the way down, which is, it's kind of a nice feature. But on my Spydercos, I'm really liking that you have that, you know, allowing you to do that one-handed close option. And on your Centofonte, you can see that it goes down almost all the way. So swinging it back like this, trying to close it, that's bringing that cutting edge right on my finger. So I usually do not close that one this way, and that's one of the things that I don't like about it. But here with my Delica 4, you can close it, let that part hit your finger here, move your finger out of the way and shut it. And the same thing with your Cara 2. The nice thing about it, I do notice the lockup's a little sticky. I mean, it's a pin construction, so you don't have a pivot hole that you can adjust or anything like that. But with a little bit of work and a little oil, it really seems to have loosened up fairly good, and it's maintaining a lot of tightness. No side-to-side play at all, and if it is, it's very minimal. And I know my hand's kind of moving, almost simulating that it is moving, but my Endura 4, and for the life of me I have no idea where I put it. It's in the pile of knives somewhere. If I panned over, you can see what I'm dealing with here. But there's quite a bit of play in my Endura 4 now, and all I did was carve up a ham. If you saw the shout out to the Cajun Blaze video, you saw a ham in the background. I had that Endura 4 out and carved the ham with that Endura 4, and I got a lot of side-to-side play. Adjusted my pivot screw, and it's as tight as I can get it, you know, maintaining, keeping my lock up and my deployment nice, and I still have side-to-side play. So I have to do a separate video showing that exactly, and you guys might have some ideas on how to keep that tight. Maybe lock tighten the screw or something like that. I'm sure I've heard a couple of those kind of things. So just wanted to let you guys know what I'd added in the collection and part of the EDC, and it's really working out. And I carry this, like I said, when I don't carry my pistol with me, and I'm still rocking that Colt from a couple of videos ago, and just a really nice defensive blade. I can carry this to work where, you know, obviously firearms are not allowed at my work site, and nobody knows I have it. And it's a really nice blade, especially for the money. And this is more of a test drive with a stainless steel handle and everything. So I could check out the Endura 4 with a stainless steel, or the police model with a stainless steel. I was checking out too on the internet the recruit model. I guess it's been discontinued for a while now, and I liked that one too. So if they brought that back, that would probably be what I would head to. That looked really nice. But anyways, guys, you be good. Thanks for watching.